What's up everyone, Mr. NoobTube Gamer. Today I'm going to be talking about why I quit Rogue Company and why I'm probably never coming back. Now let me start off by saying, if you love playing the game, if you like Rogue Company and you still play it, then that's great. I'm happy you still have fun with the game. But I'm just going to go over some reasons why I personally don't enjoy it anymore, and why it's been many months since I last played the game. Well, at least until I recorded gameplay for this video. So I started playing Rogue Company back in August of last year when it started to go into closed beta and it first dropped on the Epic Game Store. And this was when the only way to access the game was to pay the $30 for the Founders Edition, and it wasn't free to play yet. And when I first started playing, my impressions of Rogue Company were very good. This was right around the time that I was also playing Valorant, so I'm like, okay, this is cool that you kind of have like a third-person version of Valorant, since both of those games have a lot in common. One big thing is that the heroes or agents, they play very similar between those two games. The game modes are also very similar in both games, where you have to plant and defuse the bomb, and even the whole thing where after every round you get money to use to buy weapons, like that's pretty much the same in both games. So Valorant and Rogue Company have a lot in common, but I found over time I've been putting a lot more time into Valorant than I did with Rogue Company, and I still play a little bit of Valorant from time to time. I don't play so much of Rogue Company these days. One big reason is that the bugs in Rogue Company, there were just so many of them, and some of them were game breaking. The one bug that really pissed me off the most was the one where even if you have your ability charged up, the game didn't fucking let you use it. Your abilities just never work. So that bug went on for a long time. There were so many other bugs. There were definitely way more bugs in Rogue Company than there were in Valorant. So that's one big reason why I was playing more Valorant than Rogue Company over time, and eventually just gave up on Rogue Company completely. Even though the bugs were fixed eventually in Rogue Company, it just felt like it was too little too late for me. And I get it was in early access, and that's something that you kind of sign up for when you play an early access game. But to tell you the truth, while Rogue Company had so many bugs and issues, I just moved on to other games and kind of never looked back. That's one thing though. I was willing to come back later and give the game another chance, of course. But as I tried to get back into Rogue Company after a lot of the bugs and issues were dealt with, I still found myself enjoying Valorant a lot more, because I feel like the whole tactical gameplay that they're going with Rogue Company and Valorant, it works a lot better in first person than it does in third person. And this is coming from someone, I love third person shooters. I think Uncharted 2 is one of the greatest video games of all time. Some of the most fun I've ever had in online multiplayer was playing Uncharted 2 back in the day on PS3. So this isn't just me hating on third-person shooters in general, but I feel like the whole idea of a third-person tactical shooter is fundamentally flawed, at least for an online multiplayer, where you're playing against real people. Now, Rogue Company is pretty unique in the sense that there aren't too many games like it that are out there on the market right now. A third-person online multiplayer tactical shooter. But at the same time, the entire tactical shooting genre of online multiplayer, it just works so much better in first person. It's designed for first person, while in third person it's kind of awkward to play. It kind of takes away a lot of the risk that is involved in a tactical shooter, is getting into the right position, figuring out where the enemies are. But in a third person shooter, it kind of takes that magic away, in that you can just peek behind a wall, peek behind a corner, and you can see everything that's going on in front of you, while the enemy has no way of seeing you. So if an entire squad of enemies pulls up on the bomb, it's a lot easier to pick them off in a game like Rogue Company than Valorant, because that third-person camera, it gives you a much bigger advantage and allows you to see a lot more on the screen without ever having to give up your position. So that definitely takes away a lot of the tactical gameplay that you see in first-person shooters. In third-person, it just doesn't work quite as well. And there's definitely much less of a skill gap when you're playing a third-person tactical shooter than a first-person shooter. But all that being said, it doesn't mean that Rogue Company is a bad game or that's not fun. I just find most of the other games in the same genre are a lot more fun and more rewarding to play. But I was still willing to look past all that shit. I was willing to look past the bugs. I was willing to look past the fact that the idea of a third-person tactical shooter isn't the best balanced. I was willing to still look past that and enjoy the game for what it was, or what it had the potential of becoming. But after the shit they pulled with the monetization, that made me say, you know what? Fuck this game. I'm never gonna give it another chance, ever. Rogue Company is now dead to me. What really pissed me off was that I paid $30 for the Founders Edition, expecting to have all the heroes unlocked as soon as they come out and not have to grind or spend points or do whatever the fuck, because that was the arrangement that was made with Paladins when I bought that $30 pass to unlock all the champions as soon as they're released. And that's what I expected when I bought the Founders Edition to play Rogue Company. Part of it was, yeah, I want to play the game a little bit early before it became free to play, but the main reason why I put money down into the game in the first place is that I expected the same deal as what was offered to me in Paladins, because Hi-Rez, they're the same people that made Paladins. And it was what, like 5 years ago that I bought the Champions Pass in Paladins, and I still have all the heroes unlocked, including the new champion that was just released a couple months ago. The day it came out, I had it unlocked instantly. But that's not what Hi-Rez did with Rogue Company. Even if you paid the $30 for the Founders Edition, sorry, you don't get all the champions unlocked. The Founders Edition only included all the agents or heroes, whatever the fuck you want to call them, I don't even know. It only included the ones that came out before Season 1. So all the agents that have come out since then, I would either have to put more real money into the game to unlock them, or grind the game like a 9-to-5 job. Because by the time I unlock all of them through regular progression, it's gonna be too much time for me to even bother. I get it, it's a free-to-play game, they gotta monetize the game somehow, but I already paid for the game. And I'm sure before I bought the Founders Pass, it had in the description, it told you only had the agents up to Season 1. So if I read the fine print, I would have realized that I wasn't gonna get all the agents, just the ones that came out before Season 1. Which is bullshit. And you know for damn sure that Hi-Rez knew exactly what they were doing with that. They knew a lot of people like me who came from Paladins who had that pass where they got all the champions for 5 years. They knew they'd be able to trick a lot of people into buying the Rogue Company pass. And that was the thing that made me say, you know what, fuck this game, I'm not playing it anymore, I'm gonna uninstall it, because I don't want to support some bullshit like that, where they're deliberately scamming and ripping off their players. I just couldn't look past that or forgive that. I can no longer support Hi-Rez. And that's why I quit Rogue Company. One thing, I don't want to support a company that does scummy shit like that, but monetization aside, the game just isn't that interesting to me. And I definitely find myself playing a lot more Valorant. And then when I came back to Rogue Company to make this video, it kind of reaffirmed that, yeah, it's a good thing that I stopped playing this game, because I see they removed Extraction as a game mode and replaced it with fucking Team Deathmatch. What the hell are they thinking? What is Hi-Rez doing to this game? I have no idea, but Extraction was easily the best game mode in Rogue Company, but they took it away. So that's even more reason to never come back. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.